Hello everyone and welcome back. It is day 3 of the egg experiment. Now I'm going to start with a bit of an apology. I realized after I made the video for yesterday that it's kind of long. I got a little excited. Oh, I had to use the pun. But seriously, I'm sorry I got a little long yesterday. There's just so many cool things that connect with what we've already learned about. So today is day 3 of our egg experiment. We're going to be checking out our egg and see what's going on here. So a reminder. Now, Thursday, the assignment is going to be sent out. It'll be on the slides. I've said this a bunch of times, but I'm hoping everyone gets the gist of it. So either you're filling this sheet out once, because you're doing it day by day with me. You're filling it out once, because you're going along with me, but you're doing your own egg data and you're putting your own stuff. Or you're waiting until Thursday and you just do it Thursday. I need this sheet filled out once for one egg experiment. I don't need 3. I don't need you to triple do this assignment. Once. Make your choice. Okay? I love this experiment. I love this egg experiment. That's why I wanted to do it kind of live, just for funsies. But pick one of those, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. So it is day 3. And day 3, we need to put our date. Today is the 20th, or put the day, if you started different than me, put your date. So we need to look at our egg. Now, when we look at our egg today, remember yesterday we saw that foamy stuff? It was really kind of cool and interesting. Now today, it's still it's still kind of cool. It's still kind of interesting, but there's not necessarily just kind of looks like an egg in water. So let's gently, remember, be careful when you're doing this because you don't want to break that membrane of the egg that we now know that's the membrane. So when you do this, if you've got, be careful of fingernails because that can rip the egg. Usually what I like to do is just kind of dump it out within. Woo! Look at that. Okay, so you want to pretty much get your egg, give it a real good rinse off, and just for me, I'm going to just set it back in there and just rinse off my hands here real quick. Okay, so with our egg, some things we can do. Why did I wash my hands? I guess that wasn't really the smartest, but because I'm going to need to touch the egg a bunch of times. So we'll just rewash my hands in a little bit. So to talk about, just to describe our egg. So if we're holding on to our egg right now, some things you can notice. It's still squishy, right? So like yesterday how it was squishy, it's squishy today. Something you might notice though is the membrane. It feels like it's more durable today. Yesterday it was very thin and it almost felt like you could break it really easily. Now today, that membrane feels thicker. Hopefully you're noticing that the egg might feel heavier as well. Nothing though, we didn't open up the egg. So that's where osmosis is taking place. We're going to weigh it just to make sure to see if it did get bigger or not. But remember, osmosis is passive, and it's where liquid is passing through the membrane. So water has passed through the membrane into our egg because the inside of the egg is hypertonic compared to the outside, which is hypotonic. Remember my little picture I drew yesterday, kind of as a little helper? Because basically that water is trying to dissolve the egg white and the egg yolk. So that's what's going to happen here. We have more water in there because it went into the egg. Some things we could say it feels like, so membrane is feeling thicker. What it looks like, it's a different color. Don't write purple if your egg isn't purple. Please put your egg color. But you can add that. You can still see there is a little bit of the shell. Teeny bits of the shell are still there. So it's just dissolved off a little bit more. So I'm going to just maybe grab some paper towels rather than go for a full hand wash because that's going to be useless because we're going to need to weigh our egg here. So let's first and foremost jot down some of our observations. So our egg, it looks, or you could put the color it is. I'm going to say my egg is purple. You could, whatever color you use, that feels like the membrane / outside feels thicker. Now, why that's happening is because we've had all this water going in and out of it. That water, there's still like water almost like stuck in the membrane, so to speak. Some other things, the egg is bigger in size. And then anything else you can say, you might notice, there was that like little bit of a white spot, and that's kind of like where where it attaches in the egg. Sometimes you can see like that. There's like those white bits in the egg when you make cookies or brownies or something. So you could write down any of that kind of stuff. Anything else, I think I might put little of shell still dissolving. Okay, so let's weigh our egg. Now remember, if you are someone that doesn't have a scale at home, like a kitchen scale, not your bathroom scale, if you don't have a kitchen scale, then just use either my data or put bigger, smaller, something like that. But I'm going to put my cup on there, and then I'll hit tare, so then the egg doesn't roll out. So we'll add the egg, and our egg weighs 82 grams today. Holy bucket. So we can go 80, oops, I need this over here, 82, and then we've got grams. So did it gain or lose? So it definitely gained, and 80 minus 73.5, so it gained 6.5 grams from day one. Oh boy, this is why I have the whiteout. I have them in the wrong spots. So from day one was 56 grams. So from where the egg originally started, the egg has gained 26 grams. It's one night total. This is where it's going to be our 80 minus our 73. So overnight, it gained 6.5 grams. So total, it's gained quite a bit of weight, which is pretty cool. Now, why did this happen? Just like we talked about with osmosis yesterday, a liquid is passing through our membrane, and we have, with our little picture here, water is coming from the hypotonic, because like acid was hypotonic compared to the hypertonic egg. So it's passing into where there's more solute. It's trying to dilute it. So water is passing into the egg to dissolve / reach. There's a big word. It's called equilibrium. It wants to be the same concentration on the inside and the outside. So water passing into the egg to dissolve. Okay. The inside / reach. Yell at me if I spelled equilibrium wrong. But that's our big thing, is that our egg, the inside and outside, is trying to reach this thing called equilibrium. You can look at that root and prefix rather, equal, right? It wants to be the same. So what we're going to be putting our egg, or same on the inside and outside. So what we're putting our egg in for tonight is, this is where we are going to be using the corn syrup. So at this time, if you do not have corn syrup, then just follow along with mine. If you maybe have pancake syrup, you could give it a go. I don't know what's going to happen, but hey, give it a go. Don't, though, if your family buys like pure maple syrup and it's like the expensive stuff, I really, really highly recommend not doing that, okay? What I did want to talk about is Caro. So corn syrup. What is corn syrup? If we look at the ingredients, it's corn syrup, salt, and vanilla. Corn syrup is basically sugar, If you've ever tasted corn syrup, it's basically thick sugar. That's all it is. So, what do you think is going to happen when we see our egg tomorrow? Remember, right now, everything has been passing into our egg because the egg is where it's more concentrated. This has a lot of sugar in it. Is something going to pass into our egg, or is the water going to come out of our egg? It doesn't say water in here, but there is water in the corn syrup itself. So, what do you think is going to happen? We'll check it out tomorrow. I do want to tell you, every year when we get to this point, everyone's like, I've seen this on YouTube. Does the egg bounce? Okay, if you do it for like 1 centimeter, it kind of does. I highly recommend not dropping it and to see if it bounces unless you want to do an extra experiment, because we did it as a class because I truly didn't know. I was like, let's give her a go. And now I do it every year just for funsies. But, yeah, it just goes splat. So you can have fun, play with it. Probably not the one that's for your actual experiment, but if you want to go back and put another egg in vinegar overnight and then put it in water overnight, by all means, go for it if your parents are okay with it. So, corn syrup. Now, when I add the corn syrup, yeah, look at how thick this stuff is. It's like, because it's basically just sugar and water. I want to just put enough. It's still quite a bit, though. I want to put just enough that the egg is covered. Now, overnight, keep an eye on what's going to happen. I would not play with your egg. Just let the cup sit overnight and just let it do its thing. Let's see, did that. Okay, so see how my egg honestly is floating a little bit, so it's not perfectly in corn syrup. I probably could have put a little bit less corn syrup here. It's already in though, so it is what it is. But it'll float a little bit. We can talk about that more tomorrow, but you just want to make sure the egg is more or less in enough corn syrup. So we're going to set this aside. We'll look at it tomorrow, and have a great day, guys. Bye.